Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Magic Uncovered. I have a really fun video today showing all GoPinPro products. This is going to be a little bit of description about my first purchase on Whatnot, and a little bit about Whatnot. The first thing I want to show you is this package is massive. So I'm going to insert a picture just to show you what it looks like, so I can't really fill it out on here. And then I'm just going to go one by one on each item. This was a couple weekends ago where they were doing a part of Whatnotcon. So Whatnot had sponsored some of these shows that they had, and they had it for 3 days, I believe, like over the weekend. I missed the first one, which I was really sad about after seeing what they were doing on the second day, which is what I'm going to show you right now, because I know that those deals were pretty awesome, considering what I got on the second day. Now, the only thing that I have from them currently, which I've shown in a previous video, are these little mini boards, these black ones. And that's just mainly for me to pop my pins on here that I'm getting from Instagram, Mercari, eBay, wherever. But I used Collect Random. I used their link to sign up at Whatnot and got $15, and that applied to this order. So already discounted items, and then I got an extra $15 off, which was super awesome. All right, let's just jump right in. The first thing I purchased were these white mini boards. So normally this pack of 5 for all of the colors are $15. They had it discounted to $12. This went incredibly fast, and I'm going to see if I can open it, because I'll be using these. These are let me get these out. A great color to have, because all of the bright pins look great on this. And as an example, let me put these over to the side. I have this Hidden Mickey D. Like, look how awesome. I'm going to put it right here on there. Look how awesome that looks on the white background. So if you are getting other products like I have listed in, or like I have to show you guys today, like this is going to be so good to display, like if you're going to the parks or just out trading anywhere at an event. So this is the first thing that I got. Again, this was a pack of 5. It was for $12, which I thought was an awesome, awesome deal. The next thing I picked up was this Cindy folio. And they had the Villains one and the Cindy one for 30% off. So this was $30. This is, just get this, comes with the strap that you can wear it over your shoulder. But this was so cool. Let me open this up really quick. This one and the Villains one are their more popular little bags that they have. So they didn't do it any more than 30% off, but I still think that is awesome. I love Frozen, and really, like, if I ever did get any Cinderella ones, like this would look so good with the Frozen, with Olaf and, you know, Elsa. And you guys know I'm doing a little board for my niece, but I do have some pins that I am keeping for myself. So I think that would be fun. But really anything, like, even I have this pin over here, these Marie ears. Like, this looks so cute in here too. So like Marie would look really cute in here. So it comes with this board, which is the front where you can see the pins. And then when you open it, it has more boards in here. So this one, and then it has a cover to like protect both sides of the pins, and then this backer. So you have 3 spots to put the pins, but you could honestly put other like little, you know, mini boards inside of this, I think, like that. You know, and it would still fit, like if you just needed to take some extras with you. So this was the second thing that I got. I did sit on this for a few, like just to think. They had some other ones and other colorways, like it was like a red and yellow. I forget what they're all called, but some of their other colorways were 50% off. Again, the Villains and the Cindy, which are their more popular ones, were 30% off, which I thought was still a good deal. Okay. These next ones I'm going to show are a little bit big. So this is what I was excited about when they were previewing some of this stuff. Let me just get it out of the plastic. This was a pack of 2, like one of their bigger boards. So you can see, I'm going to move these back a little bit so you can see how big that is. I think this is their biggest one. This goes into some of their like elite or their really big books that the carriers that they have. Sorry, I don't know all of the names for them, but these were a pack of 2 for $12, I believe. Yep, these boards. So I got one of the whites and I got one of the black, and I got 2 of the whites. And the reason that I got these big ones was because, you know, they had mentioned maybe even putting these on your wall or things like that. And I thought, you know what, that might, these might come in handy for that. And also, if I ever were to get the big ones that these fit inside of, these would be good to have on hand to put them inside. I will talk about the big bags that they had on sale because they were a steal. I mean, if you guys can catch, if they do another one of these in the future, which I'm sure they would, you should definitely tune in to get some of their bigger bags that way because they were such a good deal. And I'll tell you about the prices on that in just a second. But anyway, so these are the bigger ones. So basically just this size, but this style, sorry. Just in a bigger size. I think this is going to be helpful for me as well, just to keep some of my pins that I don't want to display on the wall right now all together, easy to find and manage out of the boxes. Okay. And then the next thing I got was a Pinfolio Max Show. So here's the name of it. This is pretty cool. And let me tell you, this was $12. Was it really? Well, that's what it says. Okay, this was $12. I feel like these went really fast as well. And again, everything that they were showing on this date it's brand new, no flaws. And it has a little pocket here on the back. You could stick something in there. But I really liked this bag because it has a lot of space. Sorry. To put pins. So you can display pins here in the front. Again, like just putting pins in like that. And then you can put pins. Where is it? You can put pins on the inside as well. And it has a board here and it has a board here. So I really wanted to get this to put pins that, you know, I get in mystery boxes, maybe that are duplicates or that I get from like shows that are Instagram boards or things that are really good deals that I just may want to keep as a trader if I ever make it to the parks. So that's what I wanted to do with this bag, is just to keep it kind of organized and away from my children, to be honest. So I was really happy to pick this up because it holds a ton of pins. I can't remember exactly how many, but it holds a lot. All right, so that was the second to last thing I got. And then the very last thing that I snagged, which I think they sold a bunch of these the day before, so they weren't showing too many of these, but they had these at the last minute, and I got one for $18. It is a B grade black sling, y'all. Get it out of the bag. This is so cool. I see these on a lot of people that go to the parks regularly, that have their little pin boards in the middle, and then it has space on the inside for stuff, other pins. So let me open it up really quick. So there's the inside, and the reason they said that this is B grade was just because the inside plastic has some black markings on it, which, you know, that does not bother me in the least bit. But there's pockets on the inside, and then you can put a whole bunch of your boards in here. So just like as an example, I'm gonna put some pins that I have pulled out here on this pinfolio that I have over here, the white one. So I think the white one was gonna stand out in this black bag. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the board in the middle. So there's a really popular person on Instagram, Summerly. She's has really fun videos at the parks, but she has a blue and I think a pink one I've seen her wear. But this is, you know, you just display your pins, the ones that you like, or even ones that you want to trade on the front. Again, you can see the black right there, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I could even see if we can get that out. But I did also place a second order, which I am going to show next. Just a couple of things in that order, but it is another type of pin board that I thought would look awesome in this pinfolio bag. I'm hoping they do more sales because I think I would love to get a colorful one as well of this bag, just because I think it's really fun when you're at the parks and it's like just noticeable and looks great. But I think the black and this little whiteboard with all your pins displayed is super fun. Even if I ever make it to a pin trading event or something, like I would use this as well. So that's everything I got in the first haul from them. So yeah, I was on their Whatnot show for a very long time. Oh, let me quickly tell you. So you see, I got the Max Pro and then I got this Pinfolio show. They also have a couple of other types of big bags. The Regal, the Elite, you know, don't quote me on some of these names, but they had a really big one in a Tiffy blue and a couple of other colors that are normally retail $150 on their site. And they were running them on Whatnot for 50% off plus an additional 10% off. So they were $67.50. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I was a, you know, big pin trader or like had a ton of pins just around, I would have gotten that. Because then the next day they were auctioning at dollar starts, I think, for flawed ones. And some of those went for like close to the 150. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you guys had just been on the day before, because I don't think they sold out of all of them. And they were new ones, like they were not flawed at all. So, so yeah, I think that would have, you know, like attracted more of those people. But I was like, oh my gosh, or, you know, they were going for close to retail for flawed, you know, maybe like a zipper or like a piece of fabric was broken or they were returns or something. So anyways, I did not pick up any of the flawed ones, but I kind of wish I had gotten one of the ones from the previous day that were like more than 50% off. But, you know, I think that they'll have this come around again. It was a ton of fun. And they had, I think over the whole course of their Whatnotcon like shows, I think they did 2 or 3. They had over 8,000 sales, which was insane. So if you aren't following them, check them out on Whatnot and see, you know, if you're not in a rush to get products and you want to wait for one of these kind of really big sales, just I would wait because it was totally worth it. Most of everything I got here was at least 50% off, except for this, which was 30% off. But I was still happy to get that because they were not going to go any lower on this because it's one of their popular products. But it is so pretty, and this colorway is perfect for me. So let me get into the second part of this order. It's just a small one, so I will show you that now. All right, and then in the third day when I joined their Whatnot show, this was the second package I got from them. On this day, they mostly had auctions of damaged goods or like things that may have had an issue with it, so things that were not perfect. I only got a couple of things. There was nothing wrong with these items, and I really just wanted this pink mini board, and I got 2 of them. They had them discounted to $2 and I think like 50 cents or 75 cents or something like that. And normally they're a pack of 5 for $15, so $3 for one, so it was under cost for that. And I want to show you really quick how this color would look in front of the sling that I got, the black one. Again, remember this was a B grade, so it has a little bit of the black markings on the plastic parts, but let me just pop that in really quick. Not perfectly, but just to kind of show you how the pink would look in front of a black sling. And again, these were just the imperfections. That's what it made it B grade, but again, still looks great because you can have pins on here and kind of hide some of that. But I think the pink looks really good with this, and then the black. So any of the colors really, but pink I love. So I'm glad I picked up 2 of those. They had them as singles and completely sold out of those when they popped them up. But the other thing, and then I just got one more thing. So because they were doing a whole thing that weekend for Whatnotcon, they also had, let me get my scissors. Wow, this is bubble wrapped really, really well. All right, so they also had a pin made for Whatnotcon. I don't know if they did or who did, but it's a limited edition of 500 that was $15 originally. They had it discounted. They had it discounted over the weekend, half off at $7.50, and then this very last show at the end they put it down to $5. Look at that pin. It's huge, and it's really fun. I don't know what this really means there. I think somebody even asked in the chat. And there's the back of it, LE 500. Yep, GoPinPro. They did it. So super fun. It was a fun weekend. I wish I had gotten in on the first show because I bet you they had more slings or bags and more products that first day. Super discounted, but look at that. Really nice colors. Happy to have gotten that one as well. So if you're interested in any of the GoPinPro products, I feel like most people who are into pin trading know about pins, know about them. They have great stuff on their website, and they get stock in periodically, but I would recommend if you have the time to wait or the patience to wait, catch them on one of their Whatnot shows. Like this, maybe when they are having a big sale, and try to get some things discounted, because it's a great way to grow the collection that you have and get different colors or try different books out. I think next time I am definitely going to try to snag one of the bigger books so I can, have pins displayed in there, but I don't want to display everything on my board all at one time. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different products that I picked up. And if you like content like this, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.